lot at stake for these Hawkeyes. Can they win and advance to the Big Ten tournament, or will it be Nebraska that claims that final spot?
And certainly it's been tough sledding ever since the injury to Owen Freeman. Been more on the plate of Dix and Sanford to score. But make no mistake about it, this is still a very dangerous offensive team in the Hawkeyes.
The second best offense in the Big Ten Conference. Buchtengel slipping down as he got into his cut. Wooster with 3 to shoot over to Gary. Step back 3 for Jawan. Gary is good. Lead for Nebraska. Thelwell weaving through traffic all the way to the well, and he missed it all.
Really tough shot.
Morgan rolling to the rim. Sanford inside, got away from him, and Morgan with the 2. Dick's able to scoop it up. Extra pass. Harding in that left corner. That 3 short, and a siege in the rebound.
Got to get Bryce Williams going. 1 for 5 from the floor, 3 points. Got to find a way to get him loose. Now some zone, it looks like, from Iowa. It's kind of a matchup zone. You can still try and get Bryce Williams the ball.
There he is, near the logo, the pivot, and the finish from the elbow.
And right now there's more of the tension than the excitement. Nebraska needs to get this crowd engaged in this game, because certainly there's a lot of red in here, and they're ready to explode.
Hoiberg, aggressive again, has it batted away. Here's Bryce Williams. Calling out for the screen. He'll go the opposite way to Wooster. Back out it goes. Buchtengel begging for it. The 3 falls. And
to be from the middle of the floor. There's a double team's coming on the baseline and from the wings. Great drive from Josh Dix.
Hoiberg open 3. He'll hit. Sam.
Oh, good hands. Morgan takes that one away. 4 turnovers now against Ohio State. Trying to get the ball back to Williams. Wooster to Gary. Pull up 3 from way up top. Rained it down in.
I didn't particularly care for that decision, but he knew what he was doing.
You say veteran, I say 164 college game play.
There you go.
Up top to Morgan. He's having a nice evening.
Mitchell had 10 points, 4 boards last time out for the Gophers, and giving them some quality minutes here in the early going on the road.
5-point advantage for Minnesota. Nice drop off to Gary in the finish. Wooster with the assist to Burnett, working against Hoiberg. Gary comes with the double. Ball lost to Wooster. Very good defense.
Yes, really good.
Now Wooster to Hoiberg. Quick 3 up and down. And Nebraska.
Good job by Dunn. The closeout was not under control by Asijin. And so he didn't even have to really utilize a shot fake. He was just able to turn the corner and get in and finish.
Just got it over before a 10-second count. Midway point first half. Nebraska really slow start. Just like Northwestern. Have to come back in this one. Down double digits. That's a start. A long 2.
Be it in the half court or in transition. Really well done of stepping through, and again, understanding that the shot blocker, Niederhauser, is not on the floor.
Williams. Rebound again, Martinelli. And 13 offensive rebounds. Just breaking the will of this Cornhusker team.
19th straight double-figure game for Martinelli. Mia right down low. Of hands, Fred Hoiberg has a bandage on his hand. He did not have that at the beginning of the game. So that tells you a little bit about his frustration here today. And yet, his team is with half. Second half's been a different story.
Fred wants Bryce to take this shot. Just look for a simple high ball screen. They're going to let number 3 make a decision.
Got Justin Mullins on him. They set the screen here. Shot clock at 7. Williams down low. Wooster to Mia, who lays it in.
Now Williams to work. Steps back. Got an open look for 3. Ball loose. Morgan diving for it. Wooster scoops it up, and now Nebraska will set it up. Inside. Morgan for 2 in the lead. 8-0 run. Stewart can't get the kind roll, and it ends up with Wooster. Here's Williams. Driving again. Count it! And the foul!
Possession was going absolutely nowhere.
Until the freshman took it over. You can pen him into the Big Ten All-Freshman team this year. Back it goes to Wooster. kick into the corner. Buchtengel. The three rattles around and home.
9-0 Dogs run.
Coach Frankley's got to be feeling good. For Coach Hoiberg, they prided themselves on defense, and they have not done a good job. Talented young man that's played pretty well as of late, and he's given them nice offensive explosion tonight.
They put the Dogs in front by 1. There's a quick release to Sejan. What he was picked out by Harris. Dangerous pass from Sejan. Here comes Gary pulling steam. Rooster controls and never hit the rim. Oh, it's bagged that time by.
Their struggles on offense have affected their defense. Usually it's the other way around. Usually when you're not doing well offensively or defensively, I don't know, offense, defense, whatever. They might be affecting you.
Buchtengel breaks through. Evans in for Oregon as well, and Morgan back in. So Morgan and Bob are both in the game with 3 fouls. Rooster accelerates and creates a look for Bryce Williams. Williams now with
1 from 3. Good, clean looks. Great pass from Yakachonis. He sees everything on the floor. It's remarkable watching him, whether in person or on tape. It really is. Nice bounce inside to Morgan, and Morgan gets the kind roll this time. Good find from Hoiberg, just isoing Morgan on Johnson because Johnson in that foul trouble. See if you want to go back to it. Oh, what a find on the baseline out of bounds.
Is that much more dangerous.
Blackwell with the spin. The dish to McGee. He'll try from 3. Rebound batted out, and it's Wooster who scoops it up for the Huskers. Sejan, the trailer for 3. And the first for Connor, who was in a Wisconsin camp when he was in high school in Minnesota before going to North Dakota State. Greg Gard, very familiar with Andrew Morgan. He was impressed with how he's developed since he had him in his high school camps. Here's Gary. He'll try from 3. That one snaps the twine, and here comes his arms in the air and walk away disgusted.
And I understand his feeling here, Kevin. He can't be on the floor and play with any energy. Vlad Golden has been, I knew he was good, Kevin. I didn't expect him to be as dominant as he's been this season. Just in terms of his physicality and his presence, and he and Danny Wolf, 2-man action, those 2 7-footers, that's pretty special.
Vlad Golden second in the conference in scoring in the month of January. Only Ace Bailey has been better. John Blackwell, by the way, as we've watched here today, 3rd in the league in January scoring as Sejan gets 2 at the Thomas. Penetrates, walled off, finds Yates, 4-3, and the rebound tipped around and out to Morgan. Bodies everywhere. Wooster on the move to the other end of the floor. The 3 for Sejan. Huskers back on the board.
Now keep an eye on Sejan. He's knocked down a couple threes. If he hits that 3-point line with how much they're overplaying him, he may get a back door.
Here's Sejan. He'll try another 3, and he'll hit it.
Have been the catch and release variety. You know USC is emphasizing, as they did in the shoot around, get there and jam it.
Never.
He's been impressive, giving them a big lift, especially on the defensive end. He's kind of negated what Sejan was able to give Nebraska early.
Here's Wooster. Looking for somewhere to go. Find an AG. Drops it to Hoiberg with the reverse. Morgan. Here's Slacker. He'll launch again. Barely grazes the rim.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Forget about not sure. I am sure that's not the shot that they were looking for.
And St. Thomas is coming to the scorer's table. Wooster with the dunk down and a 7th lead.
Not getting sped up, surveying the floor, and then saw that no one was going to stop him at the rim and just finished.
Here's Gary driving to the rim all the way up and down. Jawan Gary.
North Dakota State was a 2-year starter, has been coming off the bench all season long. And that doesn't even highlight what Aaron Eulis did with 5 assists in the first half off the bench. And Sam Hoiberg, a couple of big plays.
And you look at the other side for Maryland, Jordan Geronimo coming off the bench and giving them something. So some of the other guys in this game really contributing in a big way.
The Queens struggled in the first half. They go right back.
Rolls around at home for Milton Grant.
Well, that was an area Fred Hoiberg was worried. The glass. Talk about taking care of the ball and keeping Rutgers off the offensive glass. A little bit of friendly fire maybe there on the tip-in.
There's Gary from deep, and that's a 3. So we'll
2, or Ace Bailey with his 2 personal fouls as well.
And Gary inside, able to push that one over. Keep things going. Here's Harper for three. And Wooster with the rebound. On the push, Huskers getting aggressive. Gary to the rim with a one-hand hammer. Lead again, 52-51.
Hasn't shot it great. Now 5 for 12, but you know you can heat up in a hurry. And if you're Gary, you got to creep out there a little bit on it.
Wooster in the corner, back to Esijan. No look for Wooster. Here's Williams. Steps left, launches the three, and hits the answer. Somerville returns for Rutgers.
Esijan, I like his activity right now. You got to stay attached to him.
There he is in the corner. That three falls.
Guys, coaches more crazy than getting beat on a backdoor cut. That was a simple backdoor cut for a layup to start the game.
C.J. Cox, one of those guys I mentioned that moved into the lineup a few games ago, a true freshman from Massachusetts. Buchtengel, the UCLA transfer from downtown.
Nebraska pushing that lead to 5.
Buchtengel just fronting that post.
Well, they're listening to us, Robbie. They're trying to get it to him. Now Buchtengel himself.
Whoa!
Braxton Mia.
Got to get Bryce Williams going towards the basket if you can, if you're Nebraska.
Trying to work the curl. Cut off Bryce Williams. They are suffocating him. He does launch this three. And the Rattles at home. Well, that makes the low shooting percentage. Yes, Mia up there amongst some of the all-timers down low. And right away.
Zeno can't get that one to go. Offensive rebound blocked by Braxton Mia as DeAndre Thomas ran into the big man inside. Huskers on the run. Set up in the half court. Williams active early. That elbow jumper good for 25% in the nation in steals, blocks, and forced turnovers. They've struggled against Division I opponents on the offensive end, but on the defensive end, they've made things happen. Not this time, though, as Jawan Gary.
Times this year. A&M runs the same style, and as does Ole Miss, which can help you because it's a different sort of style to go against.
There's Esijan on the run. Southern gets gathered quickly, but Esijan says, I have unlimited range. There's Johnson, the three, rattles off, no good. 0 for 11 from 3 in this first half for Southern. Huskers are 5 of 11 from 3. Esijan has 3 of those. A little trouble with the basketball here, and he'll give it to Wooster to settle it down. Buchtengel will try from deep, and he'll hit. Berke Buchtengel with 5 and a 30.
Yeah, he's not just a guy that can handle the ball. He's got legitimate vision and feel distributing the ball and running an offense.
Esijan, the trailer for 3, and he splashes his 4th of the night.
Breathe a big sigh of relief, and you get back to just being who you are as a player.
Yeah, he hasn't forgotten how to shoot. No. Huskers have a new season high in rebounds tonight. There's Griffiths. There's a 3, and there it goes through the net.
Somehow got that one up and in, and he leads Oregon State with 8.
Ago when he missed the three-point shot, he hit a couple big ones late in the game against Oakland. Really confident look there.
His second 3 in this one. That's 9 3-pointers for Oregon State. Back to the 1-3-1 for the Beavers. Akira Jacobs spins out a 3, and the rebound grabbed by Jawan Gary. Here comes Nebraska. Jawan Gary, 3! And a 3 off the mark for Marcus Green. 1 and done. Here comes Rollie Wooster. He looks to attack. Bryce Williams fires. 3!
Boy, they needed that. Bottom.
Doesn't mean when your family's around, you're still going to get them.
That's true.
Braxton Mia, the offensive rebound, and a fresh 20 for Nebraska. Bryce Williams fires. 3! Edwards breaking it down. Jane Daniels, the 5 touchdowns against the Eagles. Post-game coverage of the Bucs and the Cowboys. And how about the moment between Tiger and Charlie Woods today?
Fantastic.
Must-see highlight. on SportsCenter with Nicole Briscoe and Michael Leaves on ESPN and the app coming up in about 30 seconds from now. Connor Essegian is must.
He's looking to take him every time he gets a chance off the bounce.
Galloway, no. Cleared out by the UCLA transfer, Buchtenschel.
It's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. And here he is. He can fill it up. Oh, boy. The rest tonight for their teams, and we've got a great finish, it looks like, in store right now. Nebraska with a ball up 5. Point guard Rollie Wooster had a quiet night, been saddled with foul trouble, gives it up, long 3. He does it again.
Fiddler with the pass to Jace Richardson. Xavier Booker, beg your pardon, for 3. That's off the mark.
Good job by Morgan. He's been a big lift off the bench. Was kind of his help and recover there. Excellent block out.
Here's Rollie Wooster. The kick out to Buchtenschel for 3. Morgan.
Good job by Kohler. What a job by Kohler.
Shot clock does not reset. Here's Williams for 3. Woo! Booker underneath.
Nicely done by Aikens, but you have to reward Booker. He just sprinted down the floor to set up shop with that rim run.
And Gary
and took Smith down and drew a foul.
Essegian off a screen. Gotta love to see that if you're a Nebraska fan.
And drops it down.
And Essegian worked a lot on getting into the lane, which of course you got to respect the three-point shot. But the getting into the lane part led to the pass there.
Well, that's what Tominaga would do.
Maybe another 3. It's his 5th of the game. 5 of 22 from deep in that first half. 7 of 25 now. Nice drive from Wooster. Kick out Essegian. Another 3.
Wow. Gets to the rim for 2.
Good job by Eberwein of not shooting that ball. He didn't catch it cleanly on that baseline pass, Kevin. He squares up, attacks the rim, puts his shoulder right to it. Well done by the redshirt freshman.
Wooster will spin it out to Andrew Morgan for 3, and the big man splashes his. Open man in the corner, the 3 halfway down, and Mia with the rebound off the miss from Forte. Mia needs a little help, finds it from Wooster. Here's Williams, they left him alone. He can hit that, and he will.
Not walking through that door for the Delta Devils.
No, not then and not now. Shot off from Eberwein, and the Huskers will start it up. Beautiful find and finish.
Yeah, not just one
side, and that'll break the run. And for Forte, his first points of the night, but then nobody back, and the Huskers attack with Hoiberg for an easy 2.
And Essegian,
man, boy, Fenn's there trying to find space, can't get that to go, and it's plucked by Wooster. Now on the run for the Huskers. Wooster, the lob to Mia. 6 for 6.
Well-placed pass.
Forte taken away. Wooster on the push. I think both teams will find good things to take out of this game tonight, Sean. Nebraska obviously will be happier because they're going to get their 5th win.
Yeah, and right now, if you're Nebraska, you know, obviously you're going to monitor the health of the 2 guys that went out. But they didn't, for long periods of time, they didn't allow themselves to play at the pace with what South Dakota was trying to set for them.
Connor Essegian with Nebraska. That's the link to Buchtenschel, the transfer from UCLA, who's just starting to get his feel in Lincoln. Had his best game as a Husker against St. Mary's on Sunday. He'll try from deep. And it rolls off the front of the rim and falls.
A grown man just muscling it away, baiting him into throwing that pass and then going and getting it.
That physicality that Greg McDermott was so worried about has showed up tonight. Here's Essegian inside, gets the roll.
Now with Barrett with those 2 misses, I might try to get the ball to Juwan Gary and see where Barrett is mentally after coming up wanting from the foul line.
Nebraska is yet to lead at any point today. A chance to change that. This time down the floor. Bryce Williams up top for 3.
So you got to play the 5 in Coach Hoiberg's offense here.
Essegian 3 on the way. Knocks down another one. All here to start the second half. What will Fred Hoiberg look for his offense to do here to get something going?
Yeah, but then Cookman's going to go zone here just to kind of prevent whatever offensive set Coach Hoiberg had. He's does such a great job of exploiting matchups. So you see that a lot with teams changing their defenses out of those.
Here's Hunt. Kick inside, a wide open Onania, but can't get the lay-in to go. Butengel. Kick out to Mia, over to Wooster. Williams, another three. He's feeling it. Out of the Butengel with the rebound. 5 boards for Bear K. Williams inside. Again.
And then Rio turns it over on a inbound violation.
Gary pulls the three and drains it. Skip pass. 3 on the way. Wooster tracks down the rebound. Wooster pulls it out. Back out to Esijan. That's good.